Good morning, everyone. My name is Chris Custer, and I am introducing Discord for Teachers. My goal for this year is to try to convince you and the staff of Garnet Valley, as well as other school districts, how beneficial Discord can be. It is a wonderful tool for communication. My goal for trying to dive deep into Discord was to reach out to the students, meet them where they are. I had a lot of trouble in the past trying to communicate with students at a last minute notice. If I wanted to notify an entire class of some information, whether it's a classroom change or due to weather, being a PE teacher, where we are going to be, what we are going to be doing, and how they can best prepare, the only way to do that, as of right now, is to email. Students never check their emails. And we would be kidding ourselves to say that everyone does. Our hope is that they do eventually, but most of students are not in the working mindset. They're not in the working world mindset to say, I'm going to check my email, I'm going to check my phone. I'm sure something has changed or I need information. We need a place so students can go to get all that information all in one go. And what I'm recognizing, especially from running some clubs within the school and also communicating with my own friends, everybody uses Discord. And it's a wonderful place for people to not only communicate, but to share information, share details, and work publicly with not only other schools, other servers, and other places where students can communicate, people can communicate, and also enjoy themselves on the internet safely. That's going to be very, very important as we go forward here. So I wanted to show a very, very basic start to Discord. As the year goes on and more teachers are using it and more students are encouraged to join classrooms with teachers who are using it, I will be breaking down a more advanced tutorial of how to use Discord to its fullest. But as of right now, we have to get started. So we will need a Discord account. What you see on my screen is discord.com, where first, before even getting started, you will need to register an account. And in order to register an account, you just simply go to the bottom and download for Windows there, or you can just click here, download for Windows. You can also open it in a browser. I prefer the application because it's simple to have on the side. And the application can be used on your phone. So students can have it on their phone. They're able to communicate quickly. Teachers can communicate quickly with others as well. I have it downloaded for Windows on my computer, but it also downloads for Mac as well. If you're using a Mac, you won't even see this Windows option. It'll recognize that you're using a Macintosh or an Apple product and encourage you to download for Apple. So after you download and after you register, it's quite simple. Clicking log in, you can click register here. You'll put in your email, username, and password. The username can simply be anything. I currently use, as you can see on my Discord screen here, Code as Dad. It's a fun way that I've been able to personalize myself and give kids a better understanding of who I am rather than a very strict Mr. Custer. I like to just kind of jazz it up a little bit and have some fun. So I've got Code as Dad here. And as I created it there, but that can be changed at any time. If you don't like what you've created, you can change it at any time, and that won't be a problem. So after you've created your Discord, what you will find is you have a basic page. I have pulled up right now my own personal Mr. Custer's classes. I've included all of my classes here on the left, and each of these are separated into groups. But before I get into those, I want to explain to you what we are looking at here. Everything that you see on the left side of the screen is going to be your main hub for where all of your information is. This may seem like a lot to those who have never used it before, but just showing you, this is a Discord that has been used for years. So I have a lot of icons here, and this represents every single server. If you think about it in categories, we have server, channels, members. So this server is Mr. Custer's classes. This is the server that I'm using right now. I click on it and it shows up with each of these channels. You can see text channels and voice channels. As people enter into these channels, then you see the people, you see the members. But we are going to back out of that voice channel. So very simple. These are servers, these are channels, and then you have members. If a student was to have multiple classes, so let's say another teacher has a Discord, they would join that server and it would show up here. I'll use the Garnet Valley Esports server, for example. So if I wanted to go to my server, Mr. Custer's classes, I would click on it. If I wanted to go to the GV Esports one, I would click on it, and you will immediately see all of the information here. So each of these are channels, and then anyone that is within the channel, you'd be able to see that specific member. So I don't have any members in my class right now, so all you see is my name right over here on the right, because I am the only member at this time. As I get my class roster, I can add them in, or simply I would just hit the create invite. So if I have a student who is in my semester 1, period 3, PE 10 through 12 class, I would click create invite. And I don't have to be friends with them just yet. These are all my friends I have listed here, but I don't have to. I could just click copy on here. And then when I email my class and I introduce myself to my class before the semester even starts, I can include that link and encourage them to join this Discord. So because they have that link, this is a private channel that only the people with the link can join. So my students will be able to join this specific class. And if I want to go to that specific class and start to communicate with them, this is where I would find it. So let's go back to the very beginning with regards to just creating an account. When you've created an account, you will find all your information down here. This is your image, your account image. This is your name. And then these numbers here, this is what somebody is going to have to include when they want to invite you as a friend, when they want to make a connection. So they would type very specifically, if they wanted to be my friend or search for me, they would type in code as dad with the space and then hashtag 9609. That's how they're going to find me and request to be my friend. But you don't have to be somebody's friend to communicate with them on Discord itself. So that leads me to the public and private server information. And this is something that students and young kids will already take advantage of. They can join public servers to get all the information that they want. I'll use the esports example again. If a student wants to learn a strategy for an esport game that they are playing, they can simply press the Explore Public Servers. They're going to click on that, and then I've already searched up here high school esports. They can click on this and they can search through the server itself. So they click on here and you will see, again, this is the server. Then we have the channels with the little hashtags here. And then you would have the members within them. You can also see these little red bubbles on the side. That is notifications. That is how many new bits of information are coming up. So if I was to have students in here and there was new information and people were texting into this channel, you would see small bubbles here. But public servers are fantastic. because most of them will have all the information that you need with regards to the topic that you're looking for, whether it's education or something very, very specific. These public groups are well monitored and navigated well by the students already. And if a student has never used Discord before, it's something that's pretty easy to understand. It's very similar to Google in that you would explore the public server, type in something that you're looking for. Let's say, for example, science. You can find different servers. So you can find science and technology. It'll give you different rules and guidelines and being a part of it. And you can find out more. You can ask people questions. You can dive deep into each of these channels and they can look through this community. And there it is. The one I just clicked on, Science and Technology, it is now in the server channel on server section on the side of my Discord account. So I want to go back to Mr. Custer's class. You may ask me, how did you make your own server? Very simple. This plus sign right here, you will hit add server. You can create your own. So if you wanted to make a school club one, it doesn't necessarily matter what you click. I just clicked on create my own to build that. So what I can do here is click create my own for me and my friends, and then you can change the name. I can just say example, create. So now I've created my own. This is what's going to pop up, what you'll see at first, general and general voice channel. I'll explain that in a moment. But now you see this brand new server just for me. I have the E, for example. That's where it is. Again, Mr. Custer's class is here. I still have the GV Esports. Those are all here. If I made a mistake and I don't want it, or let's say a student joined a class and they no longer want to be a part of that server, it's quite simple. They're going to right click and then they would simply leave or delete the server. So we're in here now, server settings, and we would delete server right there. Delete server. Example. Delete. Okay. So now that is gone, it'll ask you these questions, but you can always escape and get out. So with my own class, I want to show you some basic information. These are channels as I described before, servers, channels, and then we have members. The channels are broken up by text channels and voice channels. Text channels are primarily used for text. Voice channels can be used in a variety of ways. Voice channels specifically, their main function is being able to show video and share your screen. So a lot of students already will use this to, let's say, screencastify or show the game that they're playing. If some of their friends want to watch them as they play, they can join this channel and then click share their screen, or just video, and they would be videotaping themselves if they have a camera. Now, I would utilize this specifically for, let's say, my wellness class. I'm going to confirm that I've joined this one instead. I've left the semester 1, period 3, PE 10 through 12, and I've joined the semester 1, period 5 wellness course. And I can share my screen to show my students what I want them to view. I can share my screen while I'm showing a video, maybe a health video that I want them to watch on their own time or during study hall. And each of these can be broadcasted through the Discord channel. Now, you may also notice that there's some little icons here. Very simple. I'm sure you've seen these a million times on Zoom, but we have muted, which is the microphone with the cross over it, and then deafened, which means I can't hear what's coming out of this channel. So if somebody else was to join it, I wouldn't be able to hear them talk. If I clicked undeafen at the bottom, now I can hear someone talk. If I clicked unmute, Now they can hear me talk, and you see this new identification that I am talking. If I'm silent for a moment, there, you see the ring has disappeared. Now the ring comes back up, the green ring that shows that I am currently talking. If I mute it, now it's not showing that green ring because nobody else can hear me as I talk. So this is something that you can utilize quite often, especially if you want to have a quick conversation with your class or a small discussion within this server. But you can always leave the voice connected section, and you have to make sure you leave, even if, let's say, I go to a different server. I click on GV Esports. You can see down here, I am still voice connected to semester 1 PE5 period 5 wellness with Mr. Custer. So even if I leave and go to a different server, I'm still voice connected there. So you have to be aware of that. You also will see which server am I on. Oh no, I don't know. I see I'm still voice connected. Which one am I on? You can see a little icon up here and it tells you exactly who is talking and what's going on. So if I hover over these, nobody is having any conversations except for I am in here. It shows my icon. If you have a whole bunch of students talking, you will see a row of icons of each person having a conversation. But I could simply leave it by clicking disconnect. And now I'm no longer in that voice channel or having that conversation. Now, if I want to add people, if I want to add students, the best way to probably do it would be to copy that invite as I showed you before, where you would click copy here. But you can also invite people personally. You would have to search for friends. You would have to add the person as a friend. But as a teacher, um, they're not going to be able to get any of your information by adding you as a friend. They won't be able to see these things. This is all private to you, so you don't have any worries there. But what you can do is just invite the whole class using that link, and they'll be able to go in there without you being necessarily a friend to them. So what you can do within the text channel, it's very cool. You can type anything that you like. I'm just typing in, hello, how is everyone today? Okay, so I've typed that in there. Everyone who's a part of this text channel can see that. Now, on your phone or on your computer, you can set the notifications to do different things. Somebody can be notified every single time that you have that detail. They can notify you every single time that you need the help. However, you can also have the information stored so that somebody only receives a notification if they are sent an at symbol. Sent an at symbol. Now, after typing the at symbol, I'm able to notify everyone on this page. If I hit everyone, that's going to notify the entire class. Here essentially does the same thing. Because the channels are private, everyone's not going to affect everyone in the entire server, but it can. If the channels are considered public, then every single public channel within the server, so every single one of these channels, if they were public, everyone would be notified by using this at symbol and then type what you need. But if you just want to notify everybody within this specific channel, so if I want to notify every student in this class, or somebody from the class wanted to notify every single student, they would type here, and then it's going to show up blue to notify you that you've officially tagged everyone in there. And then important information. Then it's going to highlight, it's going to show everybody, have a look at this. This is very important. It's going to show up right, and then everyone will be notified on their phone if they have that notification detailed. Now, not only can you do that, but you can also tag specific people. I don't have anyone in this group, so I can use the esports example here. If I go to one of our groups and then I hit at, I can start to type in a person's name, and then it will be sent to them specifically. So only not that only they would see it, but that they would be notified that, hey, I'm trying to talk to you specifically. Everyone will still be able to see it, even if I sent that person a what's considered a personal message. It's just notifying them specifically, but it's still part of the full conversation. So that message in particular would not be private, it would be sent with the whole group. Now, to add on to a private conversation, if I did want to just reach out to one specific person, whether they were in my class or whoever they were, you can do that simply by going to the homepage and finding your friends and then having a conversation with them. You can click direct DM, direct message. You would type in that username and you could start to have a conversation. Now, with regards to direct messages, they do need to be a friend. They don't they cannot be just a random person on Discord. So, um, if I wanted to add them and have a conversation, I could, as an administrator, contact the students. But for students to contact other students, they would need to be added as friends on Discord themselves. But if I had other people on here, let's say I'll use my esports as an example. If I wanted to send let's say this person in particular, a personal message, I would click on message and then it would come up with their own page. So you'll find these are all of my personal messages. So I can click on each one in particular, and those are just personal messages. But I can go back to the classroom page, and now this is the classroom channel where everybody can have a conversation. So today, just to recap, we have shown you how to create a Discord, how to download it onto your, how to download the application onto your Windows or Mac, as well as onto your phone. The difference between seeing, these are all servers. Within the server, we have channels, and then within those, we have members right over here. The difference between a public and a private server. The public being things that you can look all across the internet. Private being something that I have created here today with Mr. Custer's classes. And then also being able to create your own, add channels, add voice channels and text channels, the differences between those two, and then being able to add your students into here and start to have conversations. So as we go forward, I will be creating more of these advanced tutorials. But if anyone has any questions, you're always welcome to reach out to me at custerc@garnetvalley.org.